Good morning. I am Technical Sergeant Michael Hall, and I will be presenting on how leadership and team management cultivated success in my unit. Back in late 2018, we got a new flight captain, and he promptly began telling everyone that he didn't want to change anything. However, it wasn't long before he realized that we had some serious problems. Manning was critically low at around 35%, and the airmen were spending more than half of their shift producing a product that was not ideal for the customer. Morale was the abused dead horse of the flight, and it showed in the attitudes of the airmen. He quickly realized action was needed to start improving the section, and was very honest about not having all of the answers to do so. He just knew that some things needed to change if he was going to turn the flight around. So the first thing that he focused on was the weather product, the center of our job. The old product had 12 slides, multiple redundancies, and information that was not useful to anyone. The new captain identified the issue and made it his main priority to get it fixed. He was sponsoring the project and did a great job of using project management to make sure that the project did not fail. He appointed the flight chief as the project manager, and together they approached the flight to get input. Even the contractors were brought in and sat down to get their opinions. Choosing to seek out information about what could be improved from project teams and stakeholders was a critical step in making sure that the product redesign was a success. After all, these people produce a product every day. If the captain had come in and started running with his ideas before asking team members for their input, he could have doomed the project from the start. Anyways, seeking input from everyone was a good first step in the planning process. During this step, the captain exercised his positional power of legitimacy to get meetings with everyone, and that helped develop his personal power in the form of referent power. His caring about the input from us, the workers, gave us trust in his push to remake the product that we had been using for years. For the next step of the planning process, our sponsor and team manager had been establishing goals during their meetings with the members. They recognized that the old product took entirely too long to produce and had information that the customer did not use, as well as duplicated information in multiple products that needed to be corrected. So their goals were to reduce production time, remove useless items, combine 3 products into one, and overall provide a more focused weather product. Once the goals were established, the steering committee began to come up with ideas and visions of what the new product would look like. They would then run the ideas by the advancers and refiners in our team, and we would take a look at the idea or ideas to determine potential problems with the ideas, as well as make sure the idea had common sense. For example, for a while they wanted to use the JOF, which is a Joint Operating Area Forecast chart that is produced by different units. They are simple, easy charts, but they are not accurate forecasts. While this would have met the goal of reducing production time, it would have severely cut the quality of the product by incorrectly meeting the scope of the project. Producing our own charts for each AOR was obviously the way to go properly support our customer with accurate data. Our team would not have been invested in the project if we decided to give a subpar product because it would further reduce our credibility with our customer. The outcome of the Z process was to remove some of the useless elements from the forecast and reduce the forecast period from 24 hours to 12 hours. Although a solid plan had been chosen for the project, we still had a few members of the team that had not bought into it. They were stuck on the "this idea will never work" side of the PEP cycle. I realized that it was my job as part of the project team and project team leader to make sure that I got these few members to see the potential of the plan. I used my personal power to start the conversation with them as my friends, and then used my informational and borderline expert power as the SME of the unit. I pointed out the specifics of how the plan would reduce redundancies by combining 3 products into one and free up hours per day to focus on meteorological watch or other things. I also explained how we needed to move forward, otherwise we might not make any progress. Once our team was unified with a common goal and idea of what we were doing, the team project manager began to choose people to perform specific parts of the plan. We needed to start mostly from scratch on a brand new PowerPoint file, and then create new slides that would display the weather data in an ideal way. Being that I was good at managing macros in PowerPoint, I was tasked to make sure that all the macros we transferred over would still work, as well as creating new macros that would pull in the images we were using. Technical Sergeant DeMarie had strengths in formulating and editing embedded Excels, as well as the appearance of the overall product. So he was tasked with making sure that it looked pretty and that it was functional as far as our color-coded data. The tasking of certain aspects of the project to members who had skills to do those tasks made sure that the diversity of the team was used as an advantage. In the end, it helped the project reach completion in less than a month. If I had been tasked to do graphics and appearance of the product, it may have taken much longer to complete the task because my artistic creativity is not as high as others. Throughout the duration of the project, the team would regularly meet with the steering committee and make sure that the intent of the project was communicated. They also used the meetings to praise team members on their great work, which always made us feel included and motivated. By the end of the project, and a few weeks after implementation of the new product, people felt much more included in the unit. The days of being left alone and neglected were over, and morale started to return to the unit. This project was led by excellent leaders and managers that really showed us that being a good team had significant positive impact on our day-to-day, and that we were stronger together. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my presentation. Have a great day.